Welcome to the DCTV News at Noon program. I'm Kelsey Kiesling.
And I'm Kendra Cook. This program is produced in Dove Creek, Colorado by the Dolores County Broadcasting Network for DCTV with support from the Southwest Colorado TV Translator Association.
This is your community TV station. If you would like to suggest a story or let us know about an event to share, give us a call. The studio number is 970-677-4119.
Today's show runs Thursday at noon and is uploaded to our YouTube channel and our DCTV News at Noon Facebook page to watch on demand. Today is October 3rd, 2019, and now the News at Noon.
Reported by the Cortez Journal with a photo by Jim Mimiaga with the Journal. The sentencing phase of a wide-reaching illegal marijuana farm and distribution network that included operations in Montezuma County has begun. From Rifle to Grand Junction and Cortez to Denver, illegal farms and distribution networks were allegedly established by a group of Chinese nationals, according to the Drug Enforcement Agency, U.S. attorneys, and state and local law enforcement. Dozens of arrests have been made in the case, including in Montezuma County, where several illegal marijuana farms were raided in August of 2018. The investigation showed they were linked to similar operations in Rifle and Grand Junction that also were raided as part of an investigation dating to 2016. On September 30th, Long Luong, aka Peter, of Grand Junction, was sentenced to 7 years for his role in the illegal marijuana operation that reportedly was linked to the raided pot farms in Montezuma County. The sentence, handed down September 30th by Senior U.S. District Court Judge Marisa S. Krieger, includes 5 years supervised release and a $30,000 fine. According to a U.S. Attorney's Office press release, Luong's co-defendants, Huang Yu Wang and Guo Ying Tang, organized cultivation and harvest of a large field of marijuana in southwest Colorado. Luong, while supervising at least 5 others, harvested the field and loaded it into 2 large trucks, according to the U.S. Attorney's Office.
From the Journal, Patrick Armijo with a graphic. An easy way exists, at least in Montezuma and Dolores counties and the dry side in La Plata County, to get all the Denver television you want and never miss a Broncos game, which parenthetically happened this past weekend when Albuquerque didn't carry the Bronco game and people were mad. The method is affordable, if a bit old school. Put up an antenna and get your TV through a broadcast signal. These days, a high-definition antenna with better picture quality than the bygone days of rabbit ears. Yes, they are talking about us. The Southwest Colorado Television Translator Association was established in 1979 to bring television signals to Montezuma and Dolores counties by a group of individuals who previously had banded together as the private Four Corners TV Club. In the days of the club, the recommended annual donation was $18. Now, as its own special district, the SCTTA is financed by a .777 property tax mill in the district. Our network today is built on what guys did years ago. When this started, it was just a bunch of guys with electronic experience who said, hey, we need to get an antenna up on a mountain and see what we can do, said Wayne Johnson, SCTTA Administrative Manager. We're in a unique situation in the basin we're located. Once you get an antenna set up and see what you get in our location, it's amazing. You get a lot of bang for your buck. If you put up a translator on top of Mancos Hill at 8,000 feet or Bajo Peak at 11,000 feet, the signal is going to go 70 to 80 miles, end quote. Now the district includes service to San Juan County, Utah, which means it's able to retransmit signals from affiliates in Denver, Albuquerque, and Salt Lake City to all of its Four Corners members, which includes a portion of La Plata County from Hesperus south to the New Mexico state line. As an example, Johnson noted SCTTA transmits signals from 14 different public broadcasting service affiliates in the 3 Nielsen Media Research designated market areas that are assigned to its members. Many members use SCTTA in combination with streaming services to provide them with all the viewing options they could want, eliminating the need to subscribe to a cable or satellite delivery provider. Quote, we give people an option. You don't have to subscribe to a satellite or cable provider if you can't afford it, he said. People are using us for local television and internet streaming for movies. It's a model a lot of people are using, he said. Asked if La Plata County could join SCTTA, Johnson said it would be conceivable but unlikely. The district would have to want to add new territory, and residents of La Plata County would have to vote to tax themselves to join the special district. Residents of the existing district would also have to vote on the expansion. Another idea, he said, would be for La Plata County to form its own special television district. But if the district was limited to only La Plata County, it would still be limited to retransmitting signals only from Albuquerque affiliates. Another problem in La Plata County, he said, is the more mountainous terrain. La Plata County has a lot of nooks and crannies, he said. Signals from towers would have more, quote, dark areas. Still, he estimated setting up a network similar to SCTTA's would probably serve 75% of the population. SCTTA isn't the only one taking advantage of the opportunities that come from broadcast signals. One Denver station is available in Durango via a retransmitted broadcast signal from a translator on Smelter Mountain, Rocky Mountain Public Broadcasting Service.
Reported by the Cortez Journal with a photo from the U.S. Forest Service. Windy and dry weather has fanned a wildfire and prompted evacuation orders for several neighborhoods near Salida in central Colorado. The Chaffee County Sheriff's Office and Fire Protection District on Wednesday were alerting residents south of Salida to evacuate their homes as the fire, dubbed the Decker Fire, burned in the Sangre de Cristo Mountains about 9 miles south of town. Evacuations were mandatory for Methodist Mountain Estates, Boot Hill Pinion Ridge Estate, Fawn Ridge Estates, and Mountain Vista Village. Evacuees were asked to check in at the fairgrounds. The U.S. Forest Service described the wind-driven Decker Fire as extreme. It was characterized by crowning fires spreading across treetops and long-range spotting. The fire has grown to nearly 6 square miles, about 3,750 acres, and was 5% contained on Wednesday morning. The fire started September 8th in the 220,803 acre Sangre de Cristo wilderness area and was allowed to burn beetle-killed trees. The wilderness area is managed by the Forest Service and the National Park Service and is bordered on its west by the Great Sand Dunes Wilderness to the west.
From KRDO, the Climate Prediction Center recently released the current drought conditions for the state, showing the vast majority of central and western Colorado are abnormally dry or under a moderate drought again. That's a significant change from just a month ago. You can see the difference between the two drought maps. At the beginning of September, 19% of Colorado was experiencing abnormally dry conditions. As of now, that number is 66%, shown in the yellow shaded areas. Portions of Chaffee, Gunnison, and Lake counties were added to the list of areas in a moderate drought, shown in brown. September is typically one of Colorado's spring's drier months, averaging only 1.19 inches of measurable rainfall, but this month has been particularly arid, having received only 0.32 inches of rain. With minimal rain chances in the 7-day forecast for here as well, these drought conditions will not be improving in the short term. But there is some good news. The 3-month outlook for the region is looking favorable for above-average precipitation through December, and clearly, we all need it. And AccuWeather's forecast similarly is predicting a mix of rain and snow and dry through the end of the year. Seems like there's really no promises when it comes to our weather these days. But we'll have our approximate local weather outlook coming up in just a few minutes.
From the Durango Herald, hundreds more Americans have been reported to have a vaping-related breathing illness, and the death toll has risen to 13, health officials said Thursday. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention said 805 confirmed and probable cases have been reported, up to 52% from the 530 reported a week ago. At this point, illnesses have occurred in almost every state. The confirmed deaths include 2 in California, 2 in Kansas, 2 in Oregon, and 1 each in Florida, Georgia, Illinois, Indiana, Minnesota, Mississippi, and Missouri. The Mississippi death was announced by officials in that state Thursday, and the second Oregon death was revealed by authorities later in the day. Over the summer, health officials in a few states began noticing reports of people developing severe breathing illnesses, with the lungs apparently reacting to a caustic substance. The only common factor in the illnesses was that the patients had all recently vaped. And now let's take a look at the weather.
A little cold last night. We hit a low of 29 southwest of Dove Creek. Today, sunny with a high near 72 degrees. South-southwest winds 5 to 15 miles an hour and back in with the gusts possibly as high as 30 miles an hour. Tonight, mostly clear with a much warmer low around 47 degrees. South-southeast winds 5 to 15 miles an hour. Then Friday, sunny again with a high near 72. South-southeast winds 5 to 15 miles an hour, becoming southwest in the afternoon, and again, those winds could gust as high as 30 miles an hour. Then Friday night clear with a low down to 36. Southwest winds 5 to 15 miles an hour, becoming north-northeast after midnight. And again, those winds could gust as high as 30 miles an hour. And then into the weekend, Saturday should be sunny skies, but a bit cooler with a high near 66 degrees. North-northeast winds now 5 miles an hour, becoming west by the afternoon. And that'll be nice. And then Saturday night clear with a low around 37 degrees. And for Sunday, sunny with a high near 67. Sunday night clear with a low around 37 degrees. So still quite dry out there. Next week we start Monday, sunny with a high near 70. Monday night clear with a low around 40. And Tuesday again sunny with a high near 72. Tuesday night partly cloudy and a low around 42. And now back to the news.
From the Cortez Journal with a photo by Brian Melly with the AP. An order by the Department of the Interior to ease restrictions on electric bikes is prompting the city of Durango to re-examine its cycling rules. The order redefines e-bikes as bicycles and directs the Bureau of Land Management, National Park Service, National Wildlife Refuge, and Bureau of Reclamation to allow e-bikes where other types of bicycles are allowed. The city of Durango does not allow e-bikes on natural surface trails, but some of those trails cross from city land to BLM land, which is why the city is reconsidering its ban on e-bikes on natural surface trails, Parks and Recreation Director Kathy Metz said. Before the city makes a formal decision, the staff needs to answer legal questions about allowing e-bikes on public land. To inform a decision, the city may hold a public forum to hear from residents and possibly conduct a trial period by allowing e-bikes on soft surface trails, she said.
From the Colorado Sun report with the photo Andy Colwell. Colorado's cannabis industry has had a chief request since marijuana was legalized: give us access to banks. But it turns out that hundreds of the state's pot businesses are already working with financial institutions under the close watch of federal regulators, even though marijuana remains illegal at the federal level. As many as 35 banks and credit unions offer services to the state's $6.5 billion plus industry, that according to the Colorado Bankers Association. Most financial institutions are secretive about their business relationships with companies that grow and sell marijuana legally, limiting the number of customers they will take on and asking their clients to sign non-disclosure agreements, said Amanda Average, a spokeswoman for the Bankers Association. They're serving this business effectively, anonymously, she said. Legislation that passed the U.S. House with broad bipartisan support last week and championed by Colorado's Democratic U.S. Representative Ed Perlmutter aims to bring marijuana banking into the mainstream, providing permanent federal protections for financial institutions that choose to work with the pot industry. Cannabis businesses are now almost exclusively cash enterprises. The so-called SAFE Banking Act would allow them to accept credit cards from customers and apply for and receive loans. It also could make the cannabis banking market more competitive, potentially driving down the higher fees marijuana businesses now are charged. Here's how things work now. Banks that want to work with legal marijuana businesses and meet regulatory compliance do so under guidance provided in 2014 by the U.S. Treasury Department's Financial Crimes and Enforcement Network. What the guidance doesn't do is shield banks from criminal liability. Since marijuana is still illegal on the federal level, they are technically laundering any money deposited by pot businesses. If the guidance was rescinded, the bank or credit union could be subject to fines. If the guidance was revoked, just like the Cole memo was revoked, there would be nothing, Perlmutter said. Quote, part of the purpose of the legislation is to put it into place, into law, so it can't be revoked from one administration to the other. Sunday Searfried, CEO and president of Partner Colorado Credit Union and a pioneer in marijuana banking, has been working with legal cannabis businesses since January 2015. The credit union now has about 400 clients in the industry, including companies that grow and sell cannabis, as well as ancillary service providers. She has been training other financial institutions to follow her lead and says she knows of 12 to 15 in Colorado that are already working with legal pot businesses. Colorado Bankers Association estimates of up to 35 financial institutions serving the marijuana industry is based on conversations with banks and credit unions, but the number fluctuates. If the SAFE Banking Act were to become law, customers in cannabis businesses would have more options when it comes to purchasing pot and finances. It would also allow the industry to move money across state lines and potentially quash investor fears about federal action. But the SAFE Banking Act, which cleared the House on a 321 to 103 vote, still needs to pass the U.S. Senate and be signed into law by President Donald Trump. The legislation has been 6 years in the making.
From the Cortez Journal, with a photo by Erica Alvaro with the Journal. Now that fall has officially arrived, summer traditions and events are wrapping up, including the Mancos Farmers Market, which has just a few weeks left. On sleepy Thursday afternoons throughout the summer, produce, meat, and pastry vendors set up shop in the downtown Ballantyne lot alongside the Columbine Bar. Local musicians rotated through, taking the stage to serenade the market goers and passers-by. The market has been going on for over a decade, and it's been a great summer with lively music and more tourists arriving every week, said Carrie Summer, the market's director and a real estate broker with Colorado Ranch and Home Realty. The last day of the market is October 10th.
And reported by the San Juan Record News in Monticello, Utah, with a photo by the Daily Journal online. This coming Saturday, the city of Blanding will host the first ever Dutch Oven Days. The Blanding chapter of the San Juan Chamber of Commerce is thrilled to bring local residents this incredible fall-themed event. Dutch Oven Days is sure to provide fun for the whole family. It will include hay rides, pumpkin painting, a corn pit, a fall farmers market, shopping booths, local musical artists, and more. The day will start off with a Dutch oven cook-off at 12 p.m. Contestants in the cook-off will use a Dutch oven to create their best dessert, main dish, and or side dish. The judges will taste each creation and choose one winner from each category. Contestants can enter the contest until Friday, October 4th. There's no fee to enter. Winners will each receive a custom Master of the Dutch Oven apron from Bearskins Custom Inc., other prizes, and of course, bragging rights for life. The public will also have the opportunity to sample each dish and choose their favorites. The rest of the day will be filled with local performers, including the Arla Bella Quartet, the Grayson Girls, Emma Bales, the San Juan High School Choir, Craig Crippen, Aldine Ketchum, and the San Juan High School cheer and dance teams. In addition to all of the local performers, kids events will be available throughout the day. The hay rides are being provided by Lyman Farms. Blanding City and the Blanding chapter of the Chamber of Commerce have put together a corn pit filled with toys and treasures for kids to find and a fun hay maze. A photo booth will also be available for fun family and kid photos. Pumpkins will abound at the event. A small pumpkin patch will be available for pumpkin shopping. Kids and families will also be able to purchase pumpkins for cheap to paint and take home to decorate for the fall season. Dutch Oven Days will also feature the pumpkin carving contest. Contestants can bring their pre-carved pumpkins to the event and rack up votes all afternoon. The public will vote for their favorite pumpkin to be declared the winner. A fall farm and craft market will also be available throughout the day. Local residents are selling everything from the most amazing cookies on the planet to Scentsy candle warmers to bottled goods. There's something for everyone at this outstanding event, they say. The event will wrap up with a Dutch oven dinner from Custom Catering and the announcement of the pumpkin carving winner. While Dutch Oven Days is only one day this year, the organizers hope to grow it to a 2 to 3 day fall festival that families will be able to look forward to each year. Blanding City and USU Eastern have come together with the Chamber to help make this event get out of the door and be the best it can be. The event was created to help bring people outside, pull the community together, and promote local shopping. For more information or to enter the contests or to pre-purchase dinner tickets, you can go online to blanding.city/events. Dutch Oven Days is happening at the South Chapel Park and will run from 12 noon to 5 p.m. this coming Saturday, October 5th.
According to the Cortez Journal, since it formed in October 2017, the Good Food Collective has grown in its mission to reinstate an intact regional food system. The organization was created when people from a number of organizations, including the CSU Extension Office, Local First, and Bear Smart Durango, realized that implementing an overarching structure to coordinate with one another would benefit everyone, she said. Having hyper-local groups in Durango, Cortez, and Bayfield did not necessarily match the way that food actually flows throughout the region. The first tangible project the collective tackled was fruit gleaning, meant to address the estimated 23 million pounds of fruit falling yearly off trees in La Plata and Montezuma counties she said. Programs were already in place on a local level, but adding a point person and matchmaking service made it scalable to the entire region. Over time, the Good Food Collective has branched out into 3 major focus initiatives: regional convening, coordination and support, agricultural support, and food security.
And today's High Canyon Country happenings. Friday, October 4th, the Purple Fox Conundrum pop-up event. The Purple Fox Conundrum is a 2-day pop-up installation created collaboratively with more than 25 artists and performers on Sacred Song Farm, a beautiful ranch nestled at the base of Menifee Mountain. Intrepid travelers will walk roughly 1 mile on a path carved through grassland, sagebrush, and pinyon juniper, interacting with performers in various vignettes and discovering art pieces along the way. Expect the experience to last approximately 90 minutes, with food and beverages available for purchase after the performance. And Sunday, October 6th, it's the 11th annual Apple Days Festival from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. Community apple harvest on the 5th and then pressing on the 6th. Join the Good Food Collective, which Kelsey just talked about, Fenceline Cider, and the Orr House to celebrate our region's apple abundance, feed our community, reduce waste, and save the bears. The Sunday event will be held at Buckley Park, corner of 12th and Main Avenue in Durango. It's free to attend. Fresh pressed local juice will be available for a suggested donation, and all proceeds go to support that Good Food Collective. October 6th is the 4th annual off-road poker run, starting at 8 a.m. at the Fun Center Cycles in Durango. Over the years, this has been one of the best rides, and the weather always makes it interesting. Unlike other rides, they are dictated to this date, as it is one of the few non-hunting weekends in the fall. Echo Basin Ranch has been kind enough to let them return to their property, and they couldn't be more excited. They are also offering the group a discounted rate on cabins and RV spots, so please call to make your reservations. Ride details include this year's route being similar to last year, and it's a great ride for beginner and intermediate ATV, UTV riders. As always, everyone is welcome. For more details or questions, call them at 970-259-1070. And I post up all these High Canyon Country happenings on the Facebook page, which is DCTV News at Noon. So you can look up phone numbers and dates. And we also upload the daily news to our YouTube channel, which you can search for with the same name, DCTV News at Noon. And the broadcast is also posted to the general Facebook page, where we add links to stories of interest, share other events or news, and where you can join in on the conversation too. This is your local community TV station, so if you have something you'd like to share, contact us by email, dcbnnews@gmail.com, or call the station 970-677-4119, and we'll be happy to help.
Thanks for tuning in. Whether it's for the broadcast, which airs here in Dolores County on channel 32.1 at noon, now Monday through Friday, or online on our YouTube channel or our DCTV News at Noon Facebook page, where you can watch it on demand anytime you would like.
We would love to have you interact with the news program, add comments, or share stories there on our DCTV News at Noon Facebook page. And if you would, please like us there and share it with your friends and family.
For Kendra Cook with DCTV and the Dove Creek News at Noon program, I'm Kelsey Kiesling. Thanks for watching.